Good evening, everyone. It's almost time for my video to go up. It is so wonderful to see all of your beautiful tiny faces again. I am Margaret Zimmerman. If you don't know me, I am over at the channel Skyhead Studio. I make a bunch of things, really. I was one of the original NFI members who started the collab channel way back when, and I have since drifted away to do other things, and I've been back and forth and just kind of, popping in every now and again to say hi. And this, by the way, leads to the perfect segue. Why have I been away? Way. This has a lot to do with catching up with me and how my life has been for about the past year. Many of my priorities have shifted considerably, and I will now tell you more about that. If you know me at all, you probably know also that I have not really been doing YouTube for the last year. All will be explained as to why these things now. Ooh. Last summer, I taught at a summer program for kids called Freedom Schools. I got to work with at-risk, don't like that word, but it's the easiest term to use, youth. Got to hang out with all of these different people, got to be hooked up with all of these different networks I had no idea existed in Columbus, Ohio. Excuse me. And the experiences I had there really opened my eyes to just like all of this stuff. See, before I took the job, I had been really interested in all of these different social issues and ideas and social sciencey stuff, and issues of race, ethnicity, gender, queer theory, just stuff like that. It was stuff that I talked about on my channel from time to time. But see, I learned about these things in classes and from books. But then all of a sudden, I started working at Freedom Schools, and I realized that all of these ideas and theories kind of don't matter unless you actually apply them to helping people, just to people in general. We can talk forever about all of these systematic problems, and it is important, but if you're not using those conversations to try and help fix what is wrong, then what are you even doing? I guess that working with kids and working in the community really for the first time kind of opened my eyes to that fact. And yeah, this led to a huge shift in what I wanted to do and myself and just all of the stuff. All of a sudden I had my eyes opened. It wasn't enough to just talk about it anymore. I had to do something. So in the past year, that led to me getting this job where I get to work in communities and still do video stuff and try and engage with people who are maybe suffering in certain ways because of certain systemic problems, and just trying to help them out when we can't. It's a really cool, if you want to know more about the initiative I'm a part of, then I have put a link in the description. And I found other outlets for this as well, getting more involved in the activism and organizing community, particularly in Ohio. I have more links down there if you're interested at all. So yeah, I started doing all of this work, and these things started becoming really important to me, and so I wanted my channel, Skyhead Studio, to reflect that. I had this whole plan for how I wanted to just change everything. I wanted it to be like a video production company eventually down the line that would make educational videos about all this stuff, and documentary style videos about people's stories, and a lot of really cool ideas, but it was just so much stuff. I still want to keep some of the ideas I had, but it was way too ambitious, way too much for me to do by myself alongside school and work and just everything. And it just never ended up happening. I would work on things here and there, and I got some stuff moving, but ultimately I kind of set it up for this big change, and then nothing ever really came of it. And it took a while for me to realize that Skyhead Studio is never really meant to be that. Skyhead Studio is really just a place for me to make stuff. I know that if I had really, really wanted to make Skyhead Studio this new big thing, I would have taken more steps to do it. But I didn't, because deep down I knew that that wasn't right. That wasn't the right way to go. So I'm going about doing 180 now on that, trying to get back to my roots, trying to get back to, what I love about YouTube and what I love about doing YouTube. Well, I guess we're just gonna see what happens with that. So that's that Odysseus-ness. It sucks. So now you're caught up. I hope this doesn't end up being too long. I'm sick of hearing myself talk. It was nice to do a video like this again. I hope you're all having a lovely day, or evening, or night, or whenever the time, whatever. DFTBA, and Omar will see you tomorrow.